Hello everyone, I'm Alex.
Hi, I think most people know me. I'm Gareth.
If you're a little unfamiliar with who I am, I'm basically the kind of tech side of Music Matters. I sort all the video stuff, the live streams, the editing and the recording, and of course, you know Gareth because he does all the presenting. Mm-hmm.
And it's just as well Alex does that because I would be completely lost with all of that. But there we go. Well, we've been at this for a while now, haven't we, Alex? Really?
Indeed, it has been. It's gone quite quick.
Yeah, it has. Yeah, I remember sort of a few centuries ago, Alex knocking on my door looking for a piano teacher, and started teaching on the piano. That's where we all began, isn't it? Really.
Started, yeah,
and Alex flew through this. He went from being a pretty kind of mediocre pianist to a total piano star in a matter of a few years, so it was great. And then somewhere down the track we got going with all this, didn't we?
We did.
And I think I'm right
quite
in saying,
randomly in some senses.
yeah, it was a bit originally, wasn't it? But I think actually originally, was it 9 years ago, I think we started the YouTube channel. Yeah. So that's been going for nearly a decade now. Mm-hmm. And the great thing is that it was only 2 years ago that we celebrated the 100,000 line, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So, you know,
during
first
COVID,
7 years, it was COVID that did it, I think, really. Yeah. We need another pandemic. So we spent 7 years getting to 100,000, and then in the next 2 years we've gone to 200,000. So the main thing tonight is we want to say thank you to you.
Yeah, thank you
for being our supporters, to being our subscribers. And it's great to see all these greetings coming in on the chat from all over the world. Really exotic places like Leicester.
Yeah, Somerset. I can see
Somerset. Yes, and you know, small places, Australia and places, but there we go. Yeah, so great to hear from you all, and some really kind comments, which is terrific stuff. So marvellous. Thank you very much for being part of the show and the celebration that we're having tonight. Mm-hmm. And we were just looking earlier actually at how many videos we've now got up on the channel, and it's just short of 500.
Which is quite an incredible number as well.
Yeah.
We've been through all those.
Amazing. So there we are. So lots of videos on the channel. And so if you haven't seen them all yet, well, you know what you can do after this live stream. We've got 500 of them for you to have a look at in your own time. So there we go.
Many thanks to everyone saying congratulations as well in the chat. Yes, it's great you can join us. We're happy you're all here. We hope you enjoy it.
Yeah, fantastic. Well, we promised you a little sort of mix of things tonight, didn't we? Yeah. And one of the things we thought we'd give you is a little musical quiz. So would this be a good time to break into the quiz?
I think it would be.
Yeah, excellent. Great stuff.
Yes, you know the plan.
Well, sort of. Yeah. So in order to take part in the quiz, you may just want to have something to write with. So if you're low tech like me, maybe piece of paper, pencil, something like that. Or if you're one of these high tech people, you've probably got an iPad handy or something. But this is a musical quiz, and this is in fact the backwards upside down quiz. What do I mean by that? Well, I'm going to play a series of 10 famous musical themes. They're dead famous. All you've got to do is identify the themes. Couldn't be more straightforward. There's just one little catch. Each of these themes is going to be played upside down or backwards. So you've got to work out what the theme is, even though it's being played upside down or backwards. So let's see how you get on. Now the thing is, don't put the answer in the live chat, because if you do that, you're going to reveal it. So if you can keep it to yourself, that'll be wonderful. And then we'll see how you've got on at the end. And then if you want to enter your score out of 10 in the live chat, we can share that if you wish to. And if you want to keep your result anonymous, that's entirely your prerogative. Okay, well, are we all set? Here is the first theme. So theme number 1. And I'll tell you for nothing that this is going to be played upside down. So to put it in musical terms, all the intervals have been inverted. But it's basically the theme upside down. What do you think this theme is? Would it help if I played it again?
I'm not sure I can get
well, let's see what we think. Here's the number 1 for the second time of asking. Upside down. Okay, so make a note of your answer to theme number 1, and we will move on swiftly to theme number 2. Now, theme number 2 is the right way up, but I'm going to play it backwards. Okay, so here's theme number 2 coming backwards. Okay, theme number 2 backwards again. Are you working this one out, Alex?
Yeah.
Oh, excellent, right. Okay.
I think I've got that one anyway.
Oh, we've got one here. Okay, so here's theme number 2 again. Here it comes backwards. Okay, we'll finding this easy. Ooh. Right, here's theme number 3. Now, theme number 3 is going to be played upside down. Okay, so here it comes. Theme number 3, upside down. Here it comes again. Theme number 3. Okie dokie. Oh, the tension mounts. You can feel it down the airways.
Someone says I know them but don't remember the names.
Yes, I know them, but I don't remember the names. Marvellous, yeah. Okay, well, here we go with theme number 4. Theme number 4 is coming backwards. Here we go. Theme number 4 backwards for the second time. Okay, excellent. Oh, somebody's just said yes. Does that mean you've got an answer? Yeah. Oh, and Paolo's got number 3. Excellent. Good, good. Yeah, we're on with something now. Okay, onwards and upwards. Here's theme number 5. Theme number 5 is coming upside down. Here it comes. Theme number 5 for the second time, upside down. Well, there we are. We're halfway through the quiz. I wonder how you're getting on with this. Okay, theme number 6 is coming backwards. Here it comes. Theme number 6 backwards for the second time. I love that comment. I'm just terrible at these. Good.
For me, I think the upside down ones are easier than the backwards ones.
That's interesting. Yeah. So, are you an upside down person or a backwards person? Yeah. That's an interesting one. Theme number 4 has a satanic message, I'm sure. Oh, goodness me. Right, okay. Well, let's move on to theme number 7. Theme number 7 is coming backwards. Theme number 7 again, backwards.
The bad thing is I can't even cheat because I can't read your writing.
Yes, I've purposely made it illegible so we can't read it. In fact, I'm not sure I can read it myself. Okay, well, what about number 8? It's time for an upside down tune. So, number 8, upside down. Number 8, upside down again. Oh, Brian thinks he's got number 7. Excellent. Marion, I'm just a straightforward person. Oh, well, that's good to know. Paolo's got number 8 as well. Oh, terrific stuff. Yeah. Yeah, don't put answers in the chat, please. Yeah, okay. Right, so here's number 9. Number 9 is coming backwards. Here's number 9.
Oh, short one.
Very short one, this one. Oh yeah, number 7 was a long one, but number 9's a short one. So here's number 9, backwards for the second time. Okay. Here's Stephen. It would help if we knew the period. Are they all under tempo? Oh, we're not giving you too many clues. Most of them are about the right tempo, though. Periods, many and varied. That narrows it down a bit, doesn't it? Okay, well, here we are with the last one, number 10. Now then, just because this is the last one, I thought it might be rather good if this one came upside down and backwards. So, number 10, upside down and backwards. What do you make of that one? Okay, number 10, upside down and backwards for the second time. Well, there we are. That's the last clue played. And yes, here's an interesting comment on the chat. The rhythm is usually helpful. Yeah, there's something in that. Even though things might be backwards or upside down, the rhythm can be a bit helpful. Okay. Well done, Maurice. In hindsight, 2 out of 10 doesn't seem quite.
I think that's where I'm at as well.
Oh, excellent.
It's good to know lots of people are with me as well.
And I thought Paolo was saying he got all 10, but
I know,
he got number 10. Well, I wonder how you got on with that, but now you're dying to know the answers, aren't you? Oh, right. Well, I wonder what you made of number 1. So we're going to rely on you to be the entirely honest people that you are now, and we'll see how you get on marking your own particular things here. We've got all sorts of comments, aren't there? The old maths problems, like how many people can fit in a boat? Yes, absolutely, yeah. There's quite a few people think they've got 2 of them, some people they've got 5 of them, yeah. Well, interesting, isn't it? My brains are now scrambled upside down and backwards, yeah. Woo! Right, well, let's see what we've got. First one, this is what I played. Now that was an upside down version of this. Now does that give you a clue, those first few notes? Because after that we're going... Yes, it's Mozart, isn't it? Eine kleine Nachtmusik. So there was Mozart upside down. So if you got number 1, you can tell us that you got number 1. Oh, nobody's saying they got number 1.
I just couldn't think of the name of that one. I
you
knew kind of the melody.
You had the idea. Yeah. Well, that's the rhythm
when
is
you hear
helpful.
it the other way.
It's much easier when you hear it the right way up. Yeah, absolutely. But the rhythm is a clue with those upside down ones. It's less useful with the backwards ones, isn't it? But so let's see. Yes, the people coming in saying they've definitely got one. Oh, well, that's good, isn't it? Well, what about number 2? I played this. Okay, now if I do that the right way round, it goes like this. So now some people will be going, that's what it was. Yes, it's that famous cor anglais theme, isn't it? Dvorak, New World Symphony. Yes, the most wonderful cor anglais tune probably ever written. So there we are. That's that one. So that's number 2. Yeah. Oh, you see they're coming in now. Oh, Warburton's bread advert. Yes, that's what it was. Yeah. Yes, absolutely.
That's what I always think of first as well.
And if you're in a country other than the UK, you're probably wondering what on earth that's about. But it used to be played on a TV advert that was advertising bread.
It's quite famous as well, wasn't it?
Quite famous, yeah. Yeah, that's, I think Dvorak was commissioned by the bread company.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't. Okay, so what about number 3? I played you this. What did you make of that? Let's put it the right way up, because that was the upside down version. And really, it should be... Yes, it's one for the organist. Bach's Toccata in D minor. And there it was, upside down. Yeah, somebody saying, oh, Hovis. Yes, it was Hovis bread.
It was,
wasn't it?
Yeah.
It wasn't.
Yeah,
Well,
it was.
must get the right bread, mustn't we? But the one I played is nothing to do with bread. That was Bach and his Toccata in D minor.
Bread barons available, of
course.
course.
Absolutely, yeah. So, what about number 4? I played
most
this.
People got that.
Yeah, do you think people have got number 3? Yes,
Yeah.
there's a few people coming in on that. Okay, that's good. Well, what about number 4? This is what I played, and it was the backwards version. Okay, well, if I put that the right way round, it's this piece of music. Aha! Beethoven's Pathetique Sonata for the piano, beginning of the first movement there. So that was number 4. Okay, yes, oh yeah, they're coming in now, aren't they? People have got
I wonder
these.
if anyone got that one. Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't get that one actually, but now when you play it with the chords, I do.
Well, it's easier with the chords and play the right way around, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think I could have a future in this, you know.
Yeah.
Good. Playing famous pieces of music upside down and backwards. Yeah. Anyway, okay, what about number 5? I played this in the upside down version. Okay, now then, what about that? If I play it the right way around. As Long as He Needs Me. It's Lionel Bart's lovely tune from the musical Oliver. That's what that one was. Okay, what about number 6? This was a backwards version. Ronnie Barker. Oh, yes. Right, it's number 6. I played the backwards version that went like this. Okay, now what's that the right way round? Yeah, is that a song that everybody knows? I Can't Smile Without You. Barry Manilow, is he one of your favourites?
No, I would have got that one.
You would have got that one. Oh, well, there you go. It's a little...
I'm in a bit of a rut on these.
Yeah, the Barry Manilow's done you a mischief. Yeah,
throwing musicals in to mess with us.
Yeah, you see, we've got Jay in here. Jay knows about Barry Manilow. Yes, oh, there you go. Yeah, okay. Well, what about number 7? This was a backwards tune, and one of the longer ones. It goes like this. Okay, so if I turn that the right way round, it sounds like this. Aha! Pachelbel's Canon, indeed, the bass line of it. Yeah. This is an interesting little comment from Martin here, talking about Barry Manilow. It was better backwards. Yeah, oh, here's my wife coming on, giving away my secrets. That I'm a big Barry Manilow fan. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. We did actually go to see Barry Manilow in concert.
A few years ago. I remember you saying,
Unless you didn't buy a ticket.
No.
Yeah. Oh, it's great stuff, yeah. It's a real lesson in how to dance on a piano when you need a hip operation.
I've played some pieces from his musical. Is it?
Have you? Oh.
Coco Cabana.
Oh, now we're on to it. You say, you're right in there, Alex. Keep up the times. Yeah. Okay, so number 8. This is the one that I played upside down. What did you make of number 8? So this is the upside down version. And this is one where the rhythm might have helped you a little bit. Yes, there we are. Beethoven, Ode to Joy, or a theme from the Ninth Symphony. We've got a bit of everything, you see. Bit of Beethoven, bit of Pachelbel, Barry Manilow.
Most people manage that one.
Well, I see most people are getting in there with Ode to Joy. They're better on the Beethoven than they are on the Barry Manilow, you see. Yeah. Okay, excellent. Now then, number 9 was a backwards theme. So let's see what this is about. This is what I played. I wonder what you made of that one. Well, here it is the right way round. Yes, of course, it's Mendelssohn. Hebrides Overture, otherwise known as Fingal's Cave. It's that opening theme from there. Yeah.
Is that number 9, that one? I wonder if did anyone get number 9?
That was number 9, yeah, absolutely.
What would you say was the most difficult one you're expecting for people?
Depends on your
Barry
musical.
Manilow,
It's on your musical taste. Does it? You see, for some people, Barry would have been the number one hit. Yeah, Beethoven, who's he? I mean, but for other people, I think it'd be different things for different people. Is Barry Manilow watching this? Yeah, he'll probably sue us if he is. But, and I love this. I think years of watching Les Dawson play out of tune has helped me here.
Wow.
Oh, brilliant! Yeah. Absolutely fantastic, wasn't he? Les Dawson with his not quite so accurate piano playing, absolutely, and his classic jokes. Oh, his joke when that Les Dawson joke when he's telling the story about he used to go for singing lessons as a teenager.
Do you know? I don't know. I used to love watching Victor Borge. Though.
Oh, he's good.
He was
he's
really
good.
Funny.
Oh, he's very funny. But no, Les Dawson is going for singing lessons. You see, as a kid, and one day his mum says to the teacher, Do you think our Les will ever make a tenor? And the teacher says, he'll be lucky if he makes a fiver.
Yeah.
Anyway, time for number 10. Let's have a look. Oh, we've got all sorts of serious posts going on here while we're taking the mick out of things.
Yeah.
I'm writing a duet for 2 violins. It's a scherzo, a classical take on Boogie Woogie inspired by Beethoven's 32nd. Oh, goodness me. Yeah, that sounds
quite
interesting.
An undertaking.
Any tips on the orchestration and the harmony? Well, yeah, that's an interesting challenge, I must say. Well, yeah, that's something to think about, isn't it? Whew. Right, okay, I came for the music, not the jokes. Right, let's move on. We'll be serious. Right, number 10 is upside down and backwards, and it goes like this. Now, what did you make of that one? Any idea what that one is?
Oh, wow.
Yeah, upside down.
I thought it was going to be something really obscure or something like that.
Nothing. How many
John
shopping
Cage
days?
or something.
Yeah, absolutely. How many shopping days to Christmas? No, I didn't.
No.
There we are. Yeah. Paolo's, I said number 10 was a nice touch. There we go. J-O-M-G.
Yes, that's what I'm thinking as well.
People used to laugh at me when I said I wanted to be a comedian. They're not laughing now. Thanks, Maurice, for that. That's great. Frank reminds me of Eric Morecambe. Yeah. All the right notes, not necessarily in the right order. Yeah. Well, there you go. Well, that's kind of suitably lowered the tone, isn't it? So there it is. I hope you've enjoyed our little celebration quiz, as that's the idea. Have a little bit of fun tonight with a quiz. Actually, it's remarkably difficult to hear some of these tunes upside down or backwards, and when they're both upside down and backwards, you're really in trouble, aren't you?
I would have got that one.
But there we are. Anyway, do not. What's this one? I only knew 8 of them the right way round and forwards. Yeah, well, that's pretty good. If you got 2 out of the others, that's an excellent result. Well done. Yeah. So there we go. That was our quiz tonight. So, did you pick up on any other comments there, Alex, while I was involved in my
Most
Bury
people
Manilow
seem
moment?
to do not too bad on some of them, but yeah, it'd be interesting to know everyone's scores. Yes,
Yeah,
I
they
can't
might
say
not
I
want to
scored, but
reveal
so
them.
maybe
Yeah. They have reputations to think of, unlike us. Brilliant. And we're kind of noticing as well, while you're kind of putting these various comments, a lot of people are saying, well done on the 200,000.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
that's great. So we wouldn't have done it without you. So that's great. Thank you very much. Thanks for being part of all of this.
As well.
It's all terrific and great to have you with us tonight, which is it's all great fun.
If anyone has any kind of questions as well, bob them in the chat. We'll probably get to them eventually, that sort of thing.
Yeah, absolutely.
Drum roll 0, yeah.
Yeah, drum roll 0. Not much different from how I did in school, Jay. Oh, well, that well. Yes, excellent. Frank's owning up to a 0. Never mind, Frank. There'll be another day. There are a couple I didn't know there. Can I say there's somebody on it there? Yeah, good. Well, bit of fun anyway. Well, we did also promise you some slightly more serious content, if that's at all possible. So we'll perhaps move on and have a little think about our little musical input tonight of a different kind. Now, in the UK, you might have noticed that we're preparing to celebrate a coronation. King Charles III. It's going to be the first coronation in this country since 1953, so it's big stuff. And we host these monthly live streams at Music Matters, as you probably know. And on Saturday just gone, we devoted one of our live stream topics to the coronation. And in fact, what we did was to do a bit of study and listening to the 4 coronation anthems by Handel. And they're absolutely wonderful pieces that have been performed at every coronation since the 1700s. Well, we're going to have another feast of music at this coronation coming up on May the 6th. There's going to be some fairly trad stuff, I think, and there's going to be some music that's newly composed for the occasion. So we're all looking forward to
playing any
hearing
of the
all that.
background pieces. Have you been?
Only if they're upside down and backwards. No. And that is if the new king is crowned, standing on his head.
Yeah, yes, that would be.
You probably had my head cut off at the Tower of London. Yeah. Anyway, one piece of coronation music that was commissioned and written during the 20th century was Crown Imperial, a piece of music written by William Walton. And one reason why I'm including this tonight is because of the coronation, and the other reason is it's one of my mum's favourite pieces. So here you are, Mum, this one's for you. Right, well, it was written for the coronation of King George VI, which took place in Westminster Abbey in 1937. It's a very exciting piece. The opening section full of dotted and repeated rhythms. It's a kind of sort of fanfare style piece, really. And then we get a sort of broader middle section, which is very patriotic. And then this opening stuff, fanfare stuff, comes back again, and we have this suitably celebratory finale. And Crown Imperial was rolled out again for a royal wedding for Prince William and Kate Middleton in 2011. And the Queen had it at her coronation as well in 1953.
Interrupt you a second. We just got a super chat, I think, from Isaac Shaw, who says, "Hi, you two mean so much to so many, and especially me with my depression lately. Oh, thank you for keeping me going with music. Congratulations." Thank you very much, Isaac.
Yeah, that's great. That's really, really nice. Yeah, thank you. Oh yeah, other people here, here's my A-level composition is a coronation that was inspired by Auburn Scepter and Crown Imperial. There you are, you see. So it's inspiring people to write music as well, which is fantastic. Yeah. Well, if you were in the 1930s looking to commission a work for a coronation by a composer, you would have thought Elgar would be the obvious guy to ask. The only problem is that Elgar died in 1934. Very inconsiderate of him, because it was before the next coronation. So they couldn't ask Elgar. I suppose the next most obvious person to ask might have been Vaughan Williams, but then Vaughan Williams wrote lots of wonderful music, but coronation, kind of Crown Imperial kind of marches, Elgarian things, not quite the Vaughan Williams style. So they looked to William Walton as their next choice. And even though he was normally a very slow, meticulous composer, once commissioned, he got the job done very quickly. I mean, it was written in less than a fortnight, apparently. And it really does follow in the Elgar tradition. And some people have even said it's the next pomp and circumstance march that Elgar didn't write. So that's how close it is to the Elgarian style. It's written for a decent sized orchestra, 3 floats with a 3rd doubling on piccolo, 2 oboes, cor anglais, 2 clarinets, bass clarinet, 2 bassoons, contrabassoon, 4 horns, 3 trumpets, 3 trombones, tuba, timpani, 2 percussion players managing bass drum, side drum, tenor drum, cymbals, triangle, glockenspiel, tubular bells and a large gong, harp, organ and strings. So it's on a pretty big scale, isn't it? And I'm just going to flag up the main themes so we can just get the main themes in our minds before we start. And this is where Alex presses his
will disappear
magic
and turn into
button.
an iPad.
Oh, Alex has turned into a Crown Imperial theme on an iPad. Well, there we go. So here's the first theme. You'll hear, if you know the piece, you'll know this well. If you've not come across it before, it's just a way of getting us into it. Here's the first theme that you're going to hear. And that goes round and round and round a few times, so you get to know that tune fairly well. And then during this first section, there's a kind of second theme, and that's this one, and it goes like this. So that's that one. And then we go into a central section, and this is where it gets really kind of Elgarian. And for those of you who like to know about these things, we're in the key of C major, and what we do when we go to the middle section, we use the tonic C as a pivot note, and it becomes the 3rd of the tonic chord of A flat major. So he does this wonderful shift into the flattened submediant key, and this is the tune of that central section. And so we go on. Oh, thank you very much. There's another donation from Kayam. Thank you for that. That's really, really
I'm not
kind
sure
of you.
what currency that want to be, but thank you very much.
Yes, thank you very much. Yeah, well, Danish kroner. Yeah, that's very kind. Thank you very much for that. Meanwhile, there's a discussion going on, and some of our US friends are probably involved in this. Piston. Well, really, we're British. Could we possibly have asked Walter Piston to have written a coronation? Oh, goodness me. Perish the thought.
Sure, it would never be allowed.
Nice try, though. But Piston was the man to inaugurate a president, I'm sure. But there we are. Anyway, that's our little introduction to Crown Imperial. It's a great piece of music. Now, we're going to have a little listen to it because we want to hear some music this evening that's played the right way up and the right way forwards. And we've got a score here. Because the orchestral score is so big and perhaps a little bit difficult to follow, what I've got on the screen now, hopefully, yes, is a reduction of this for organ. Now, just ignore all these pencil markings that are put in the score, because that's me playing it on the organ over the years and reminding myself which stops to use. And various people have turned pages for me over the years and have helped by pulling stops. You'll find various ladies' names in the score, but don't tell the wife. Anyway, so we'll follow the score and we'll have a little listen to the orchestrated version and take on board some of William Walton's Crown Imperial. been a cut in the score now.
It'll hide it up.
We're back on. And then we go back and run that first section again, and then there's a bit of a big coda at the end of it. But there we are. We'll fade that out at that point, shall we? There it is. Great piece of music, Crown Imperial. Great stuff. Yeah, interesting. Some of the comments coming through. I see the piston debate continues. So there we go. Yeah. And oh, well, there we are. There's an American, Tobias, telling us it's still pretty popular, even in the US. So how about that? That's pretty good, isn't it? Yeah, what do people feel about the two sections? I don't know. What do people feel about the two sections? I rather like the contrast.
I can
actually
see Jay's reference to Holst, though. Yeah,
yeah, a bit of Holst in there, and good old Percy Granger. Yeah, absolutely. So it's a bit of a discussion. Yeah, here's one, the slight reservation. Walton's music, a little bit too filmy. Yeah, and then lots of people supporting the Danes here.
Yes, there seems to be quite a lot of people from Denmark.
That's all good, isn't it? Yeah, great to have you with us. Anybody from Denmark and anywhere else. And yeah, as Karen says, we were there just last week visiting our granddaughter, which is wonderful. And Karen and I attended the Queen of Denmark's birthday celebrations as well. Yeah, we're obvious people to invite, aren't we, really? But no, we just happened to be in the right place at the right time. But it was quite an experience. It was her, I think it was her 83rd birthday. Quite a crowd gathered, so there we were in the crowd, all kind of waving to the Queen. It was just a few metres away. And we thought when they started singing, this is going to be a bit tricky because our Danish, a bit limited. But actually the chorus was quite easy to get hold of. It went something like, wow, 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 wow. In fact, it sounded quite like our granddaughter. Yeah. So we managed to join in that as well. Fluent Danish, no trouble at all. Anyway.
Did you know the piece of music it was? Or
no, never heard it in my life.
Not Barry Manilow.
No, unless it was upside down or backwards.
Yeah.
There's a good question. Did Britain write coronation music? Well, not directly in the same way, really. It was an interesting topic, actually. Benjamin Britten, not being quite sort of in tune with the establishment for various reasons. I mean, one of them might have been the fact that he was gay, I think, actually. But he was a conscientious objector during World War II, so I think that was a slightly sensitive issue. So, because a lot of people would have thought Benjamin Britten would have been master of the Queen's music or the King's music, but that wasn't to be. There we go, poor fella. Right, well, there we go. I don't know, have we missed anything that I should be coming back to?
Go back to the bottom.
Yes, that's all good. Yeah, that's a question here. Was David Wilcox a composer? Well, David Wilcox was a fine musician. He was director of the Royal College of Music for quite a stretch. And he looked after the music at King's College, Cambridge. He certainly did some wonderful arrangements, some of those Christmas arrangements that you might have come across in carols for choirs and things like that. So, that's good. I'm reading this backwards, which is always a bad idea. Can you do both stare at your phone and reharmonise? That's a question for you, I think, Alex.
Do you want the iPad anymore, by the way? Or?
Oh, probably not. Yeah. So, we've finished with Walton, haven't we? Yeah. So good. Yeah, excellent. Yes. Well, there we go.
Questions further.
Yeah. So we've got all sorts of things going on back here. Yeah, it's difficult to keep up with. It's marvellous to get all these comments coming in here, which is great.
Someone's asking about what was the AV tech setup for live streaming music lessons.
Right, that's definitely a question for you.
I wonder if they mean this one or kind of doing other music lessons or something like that. It'd be good to clarify. Someone asking about what the audio is on the spectrogram on the wall. We're basically my studio at the minute, and that's a piece of electronic music that I used to love. It's Darude and Sandstorm, if anyone knows that kind of thing, which probably sounds alright backwards as well.
Looks good to me.
But that's basically that.
Looks like an ECG I had enough. Anyway, but and we've got here Britain's Gloriana. Yes, absolutely. That's a very good point, Mark. Thanks for reminding us about Britain's Gloriana. It's part of the Queen's coronation. Yeah, absolutely. Any thoughts on strophic form? Yeah, well, strophic form, basically writing things in verses is what that's about. So we've got lots of pieces of music written in strophic form that are just trotting out one verse after another. But maybe the composer's challenge in writing strophic form is how you make variation between one verse and the next. So do you reharmonize things? Do you add a counter melody? Do you kind of do something with the instrumentation so that you've got something in strophic form that unfolds and doesn't just repeat? That's possibly the quick answer to that one. The question is about the setup we're using now, apparently. About the tech.
Right. Yes, the question is about the AV setup you're using right now at this moment. It'd be a good reference for making my own music lessons. All right. The camera is just kind of a DSLR camera that's fed in through HDMI. And that goes into the computer using something called a capture card. This is just using an Elgato something capture card. I can't remember the full name of it.
That's what I thought it was.
Camlink 4K, I think it is. So that kind of plugs in. That gets the camera inside the computer. And then it depends, doing live stream and recording a video a bit different. The live program is called OBS, which is a great free program, and you can kind of drag elements in there, cameras and sounds and things, and then pipe it out to YouTube or wherever it's going. The keyboard is often the trickiest thing or something, but Gareth's playing a MIDI keyboard, which is just a standard 88 Roland kind of keyboard. That's fed in with MIDI into the computer, just kind of as normal. What shows the keys on the screen is an app called Synthesia. So the MIDI keyboard triggers the keys on the screen. And then you can get OBS or whichever recording program you want to use to kind of capture that element of the screen. So capture like a picture of it in real time, a video. And that effectively is then relayed back. So, playing some notes. You can hear the sound through the MIDI. And you can also see which notes we're playing through that. And then basically we've just got these two little microphones, one there, and they just go straight into an audio interface. And then again, that plugs straight into the computer. You can put that in through OBS. So I don't know whether that clears some things up or you want more detail. We have got a couple of videos on it. I think I've explained it a couple of times as well. But it depends kind of how much you know about most stuff already. But hopefully that answers your question a little bit.
That's cleared it up for me. Oh, excellent. Yeah, very good.
Someone also says, how often do you do the live streams? Well, we kind of do these public ones every now and then, usually to maybe celebrate events and things like that. But every month we do 2 live streams that are for members. So you notice quite a few members in the chat already. They've got little music note badges next to their names. And they're part of our Maestros program. We've got 3 levels of Maestro. So level 1 is like a support level. You know, it kind of helps us to keep going, make the videos on YouTube, and just kind of support the channel, allow us to do this. Level 2 is where you get access to the first live stream. And like I say, there's 1 a month. And normally in level 2, we kind of do something a bit similar to like what we've done. We'll like look at some bits of music. What do you kind of know? You set the curriculum for that kind of thing. Yeah.
Well, we sometimes look at composers and their music. We sometimes do something that's a bit more analysis focused. But we've done some harmony stuff. We've done some composition stuff. And I think one of the main things is that when I'm putting these things together, I try to respond to what members are asking for. So quite often members will send an email saying, could you do something on whatever? And we try to accommodate that. So we had a request to do something on Handel recently, and then I suddenly thought, coronation anthems, you know, we can do that.
And that's the great thing, isn't it? We can kind of specialise it a bit more because it's a smaller group of people.
Yeah, make it tailor-made for what's useful.
Yeah, and you know, everyone can kind of chat like this sort of thing and ask questions and see things demonstrated live, which, you know, the videos are really helpful as well, as you all say, hopefully. And but sometimes when you've want to ask a question about something specific, you know, if we're kind of looking at that piece, people can ask that and explain it and make more sense of it, really.
And it's the live chat thing as well, like we've got tonight. And I mean, tonight's a sort of light-hearted evening. Yeah. But you know, normally during the live chat, people can make comments on things, ask questions, and we can either deal with those there and then, or I can think, actually, that would be a topic of its own. Might take that away and put something together to answer that. But I mean, a few months ago, various people were wanting to know about how to use chromatic harmony more effectively. We did a bit of work on that, didn't we? So lots of different things going on there, really, in response to and then what people want. Really.
The level 3 one is the kind of top level. You don't need to be a professional musician or anything to join. You know, it's open to anyone. But that's where it's maybe a small group of people as well. People sometimes come and go, you know, you can join for a month or 2 and then kind of knock off and come back. And the great thing about that is people can send in compositions. Yeah. So things you've written in the past, things you're writing now, compositions in progress, pieces you're playing or working on, and most things, even, you know, theory exercises and theory exam kind of question and answers. And we'll accept different submissions, and we'll then look through those in detail, and you kind of take them away and offer feedback, advice. You know, we listen to everyone's composition live, and I think that's a really helpful way for something that's slightly more composition focused, isn't it? We'll often cover, like, you know, composition techniques in there and certain composition stimulus we might set. Maybe perhaps try this 1 month and then move on to something else. So the last composition stimulus was composer fanfare type piece, was it?
Absolutely. In line with the coronation theme. Absolutely.
So if one of our composers wants to have a go at that, they can then submit that month during the line and get some feedback on it. So a lot of people found that really helpful, hopefully.
Yeah. Here's Ava asking, how can I send in stuff? Well, if you join the level 3 group, you can submit your compositions and scores and sound files, and then we can evaluate those in the course of the live stream. So it's very much kind of individually focused stuff, that, but we share everything with all members of the group, so everybody learns from everybody else, and that's one of the great things about it. Lots of composers are feeling as if they're in a little bit of an isolated zone, and by joining this, you kind of get to see what other people are doing. You realise that some of your difficulties are the difficulties other people are experiencing, or you suddenly see a solution to something. And it's great that we've got such a variety of stuff going on.
It is.
So it's not just compositions either, is it? Because if you want to submit your recording of yourself playing and you want some feedback on that, we can organise that as well.
How it send stuff in. They usually just email it to us, but you do need to join as a maestro, and you can join us either level 2, which is we just kind of cover the live stream stuff, and it's mostly like tuition based on topics that people request, and then level 3 is the one where we accept like submissions, and that's where people send it in and get feedback on it.
Great. We're now getting quite a few kind of more technical questions, which we might just struggle to kind of get through here. But actually, what's really good is to pick up on some of these, because it may well be that the answer to a lot of this stuff is something we could make videos on.
A lot of people kind of asking a bit more about this. If you want to find more info, you can always email as well. There's some on the website. If you click the join button underneath this video, that should detail, kind of what the levels are, how much it is in your local currency, and whether you can join, because occasionally, like some countries, YouTube's a bit iffy about, I don't know why, but that's the way it goes. So it should hopefully be on there. How many members do we have in level 3? It's hard to say, but I think it's probably about kind of 20-ish or something.
Something like that.
But most people, there's not a rush for submissions most weeks, is there, kind of thing. There's usually plenty of space open. And some people maybe submit things like multiple months and they get a slot. We usually try to look at 6 pieces a month. But we're also open to, well, maybe if someone's kind of a bit newer and, they've not had a slot yet, perhaps they get a slight priority than someone who has had a couple of months on the trot. But so far we've never run into that problem. Everyone's really courteous of each other.
Seem to have managed it, don't we? Yeah, which is great. Yeah.
Go on, you might want to catch up on some questions.
No, not particularly. Somebody asking if Judith Weir's writing something for the coronation. Yes, absolutely. And Martin's looked it up, and he's even found the title of it. So that's all great. I think a lot of these questions about what to do with harmony and melody writing and modulations and so on, we've got quite a bit of video material on that. We've certainly covered it in a lot of our courses. But I tell you what, I'm going to look through all of that and see what we might be able to pick up on in terms of making future videos. I think it's probably going to be the easiest way to do that at this stage.
We have got plenty of new videos coming as well. That's
plenty on their way, absolutely.
There is some playlists. There's a specific composition playlist and a harmony playlist now as well, so you can search those on playlists, and I've tried to put everything that's harmony based into one or melody writing into another, so they're not necessarily in order of difficulty, but you might find those useful as well.
Great stuff. Well, do you think we should tell people about our new launch tonight?
Oh yes, of course, forget it.
Because we've got some exciting news to reveal this evening, a new kind of wing to what Music Matters is doing. Over to you, Alex.
I wonder if I can just hide the keyboard as well. They might be getting a little... Well, we wanted to announce something, kind of, as well as thank you for the 200k, but we thought about, a few people have kind of mentioned it in the past, again in the comments and members, but, can I get a Music Matters t-shirt, or can I get kind of one of those things that you're wearing? I'd like to kind of support Music Matters something. So we now have some official Music Matters merchandise. You'll see myself and Gareth are doing a wonderful job modelling. I've got I
always wanted to be a model. There we are.
So there's there's kind of hoodies, there's t-shirts. I particularly like that one which has got the instruments on, kind of string instruments, brass. They're meant to symbolise like the all-round musician that we're kind of going for, sort of stuff. We've also got some mugs designed as well. These are hopefully helpful for circle of fifths and checking out some chords if you ever get stuck with what chord to perhaps use next. And odd little kind of fun things, like we've got like this, it's a bit of a old comic Beano Snoopy style music bag, that sort of thing as well, which kind of goes down nicely. So hopefully you kind of find them quite fun, quite interesting. They're there if you'd like them. You can pick one of those up just off under this video maybe on YouTube, or you can head to the website and there's a link on there as well. So they're quite snazzy. We're quite proud with how they've turned out, which is good. There's also like we usually do, there's a 20% discount as an early bird code. If you go on the website, it'll just say type in early bird. You can pop that code in and you get a 20% discount, which is over the next week, I think. So no rush, but there you go. Can you send to South Africa? That's a good question. I think they will do. It's a third party who fulfills it for us. If you go on the website, it will probably say, you know, when you click, can you add that to cart, whether you can or can't. I think they probably will do, but I couldn't say for definite on that.
Otherwise, Alex will deliver it by hand.
That might take a few years, but yeah, I'll eventually get there.
Next time you're passing.
Yeah. But thanks for the kind comments on it. Yeah, just a fun little small thing we thought, oh, what can we put together for this? That kind of sounds nice. There's plenty of other questions as well. What's this? I can only play one instrument, which is the classical guitar. I also write for it. Would it be relevant to submit solo classical guitar composition? We have had some guitar compositions in the past, yeah. People send in anything from solo piano pieces, even ideas they've just started. Sometimes even a chord progression, harmony exercise, right from almost symphonic works in some senses.
We have had symphonic works, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And it doesn't have to be complete. I mean, sometimes people just get stuck, so you can send in something and say, right, I'm stuck at this point, what could I do next? So yeah, that's the idea. It's not meant to be necessarily a sort of showcase for finished products, but it's a learning space. So that's what we're doing. Stephen's saying Alex will cycle. Yeah. Oh, that was part of your Keep Fit program. Yeah. Excellent. We get lots of ideas for future topics on videos.
We'll
it's really good.
Note of these.
We'll have all these made a note of. That's really good. Yeah.
I'll tell you, I can do a poll on this. I mean, it'd be quite asking to hear.
This is some clever stuff, isn't it?
It's quite interesting to know which direction viewers often want to go down, because at the minute it seems more people like the composition harmony sort of side. Or, you know, have we kind of got that wrong? I mean, that's what sort of the analytics on the videos tell us. But it'd be interesting to hear if people kind of wanted more theory-based or composition kind of things, what we've been focusing on. Like the more analysis, composer insight sort of stuff. A mixture. We've got a few new series in the bag as well that will perhaps kind of come out. We've got plenty of the usual videos. But, yeah, it's always good to know what kind of people sort of want us to make, isn't it, really? So that's the idea of it.
Absolutely. And I think people now are fairly familiar with our courses. So obviously just go onto the website and you see courses on the homepage there. They're all listed there, the descriptions of what everything contains. And I mean, a question that's come up a few times, which I suppose might be worth answering, is, you know, what's the difference then between the videos you're putting on YouTube and the courses? And I think the essential difference is this: the videos are all one-offs. We're just picking a topic and we're making a video, sometimes relatively short, sometimes a bit longer, on that topic. The courses are designed to be A to Z programs. So if you want to learn the art of keyboard harmony or aural dictation, the thing is to take the course, because it's going to lead you from the opening steps to the point at which actually you can be pretty proficient at this stuff. So that's the big difference. Is there a little bit of overlap? Well, there is every now and again with something, but that is the essential difference. And sometimes people write to us and say, oh, can you tell me which order I need to watch the videos in on YouTube? Well, we can't really, because they're not in an order. They're not designed to be kind of connected in that way. Quite often you can find another video that might help you fix an issue you're facing, but the courses are doing something different. It's a kind of A to Z journey, if you like. So it's probably worth just kind of mopping that one up.
Yeah, it's a good point to make. There's plenty more questions as well.
Oh, questions coming.
Are you going to do a thorough video series on emotional range of chord progressions, such as C major being happy sound, A minor being sad?
Well, that's certainly something we could
possibly
do.
Yeah. We've got odd bits like that, kind of other people have mentioned. Certainly lots of people seem kind of up on the chord progression type of stuff. Yeah,
career of a musician, what's it like? You know, all this kind of stuff. Yeah, that's another interesting one.
Yeah, there's a few videos we did, I think to celebrate 150,000 subscribers. We kind of did a few interview videos, and there's plenty on there from your kind of previous career as a musician there, worth checking out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So there's some stuff there, and we could certainly do more of that. One thing people might not know about, there's just a chance to catch up with all this, is affiliates.
Yeah. Oh, so this is worth mentioning as well. Kind of any, teachers out there, if you sort of watch our videos or you like the content, we do offer an affiliate program, which is where you basically just need to email us, just get in touch with us, and say, I'm interested in becoming an affiliate. How does it work? But effectively, you can join as an affiliate, and you can, especially if you have a website, you can add a link to our videos, our courses, and you get a little bit of a kickback whenever your perhaps students will purchase one of those things, or it's kind of a referral. It's just sort of like a commission that helps you out for helping us out. It's easy to join, and you just really need to send us an email and set that up quite simply. But you do need a website, and you can't expect to perhaps just put it up there and then not get anything for it. If people purchase it through there, push it, then that should be good for you as well. And some people do quite well from it as well, which is nice. Yeah, a couple of teachers we've had join, and their students really enjoy it as well. They thank you for introducing us to this resource, we basically say. So that's really good. It's worth mentioning.
That's great. We've got a question here from Simon. Have you made videos on each orchestral instrument covering range and tones, etc.? We have. If you look at the courses on the website and find the orchestral scoring course, it used to be called the orchestration course, it's now the orchestral scoring course. That goes through every instrument in the strings, wind and brass section, explains ranges, clefs, playing techniques, things you need to know about each instrument, so that if you're orchestrating for any of that, any particular section or any particular instrument or a combination of the whole thing, it really tells you all you need to know about writing for each instrument. So the direct answer to that question is yes, it's out there. And I'm just sort of, my brain is buzzing with all this stuff as I'm reading it.
Yeah, it's great. Everyone's asking stuff.
Fantastic. We just need more of this. Tell us what you want us to do, and we'll do our best to produce videos on the subject.
This is an interesting one. Someone said, would you at some point post videos on some general principles of musical interpretation? Well, interestingly, we do have a kind of new series based on that subject, so keep an eye out. There is some things coming. We're looking at kind of interpreting pieces and why you might do this and how you might go about it.
Yeah, Super Blondes, you've raised one of our controversial topics, absolutely, about whether we should use lowercase for chords description. This is just a detail. Yeah, I mean, we could do the two systems that are used around the world. One's called Basic Roman, one's called Extended Roman. Basic Roman, all the chords get put in uppercase. In Extended Roman, we use lowercase for minor chords. I've just gone for Basic Roman just to keep it simple. Otherwise, people get into this thing about, well, you used an uppercase there and a lowercase there. Why did you do that? And, oh, actually, wouldn't it be this if you're using the melodic minor instead of the harmonic minor? All this kind of stuff just causes a huge amount of confusion, really. If you know the Extended Roman system and you want to use it, it's not difficult to convert from Basic Roman. But the Basic Roman is what it says on the tin, is basic. It just sort of keeps it simple and stops people getting distracted into something that kind of steers them away from the main purpose of what we're doing. So that's my justification for using Basic Roman. And in my travels around the world, I've realized actually there are many places where they are only brought up on Basic Roman and don't use Extended Roman at all. That's my justification for it, and if that's okay with you, that's great, and if it isn't, my apologies.
Jay says he's just ordered a shirt. Thank you very much.
Oh, well, that's great. Yeah. Oh, that's two of us in the world, Jay, wearing this shirt. That's marvelous.
One quick point on the shirts and things as well. There's more colours. I think sometimes as they're sold out with the provider, not all the colours display, but if you're only seeing one colour or you're thinking, well, you're wearing one here that I can't seem to find, it's probably sold out and just needs to be restocked. That's kind of a quick mention on that.
That's great. Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't know how long you want to stay on this live chat, but we don't want to keep you on here for the rest of your lives.
About an hour, but
yeah, we're sort of done maybe a little bit more than an hour. I mean, it's entirely up to you. I mean, one thing I want to do tonight, I think you do as well, Alex, is just a huge thank you to all of you. If you weren't our subscribers, we wouldn't exist, would we? So it's great that you're here. And I just think it's a really exciting thing that 200,000 subscribers are.
It's an incredible number.
It is. Probably in YouTube terms, it's still quite small. But actually, in terms of the fact we're doing something a little bit niche, the fact that there are people across the world interested in the kind of things that we're doing is wonderful. And I have to say, I'm continually moved by people who get in touch by all sorts of different means, through the website and through find me by some, I don't know how they do it, they come across me by various ways. And sometimes it's just lovely to hear from people in quite moving circumstances, people in the middle of war zones, people in the poorest of situations, just saying, I play the fiddle on the side of the street and beg for money, and I watch your videos. I think that's really humbling. Someone from Syria got in touch with us, didn't they? And said, I think she's 18. My whole family's been killed, and I don't have any means of studying music, and the Music Matters YouTube channel is the way I study music. Well, I think that's absolutely wonderful.
It is. It's fantastic.
That extends across the world and to people in all sorts of walks of life, different circumstances, different countries, and it just brings it home, doesn't it? Music is an international language, and isn't that a fantastic thing? And the more we can bind the people of the world together in some kind of peaceful activity in the face of what's going on in the world at the moment, well, the more the better, I say, but there we go. So thank you to all of you. It's also, I think, a chance to say thank you to one or two other people as well, because Alex and I are kind of sort of fronting this whole show. But Alex's other half, Nida, she's a wonderful photographer.
Yeah, she's certainly helped out with a lot of the lighting and camera situations. I'm more of an expert on the music tech stuff.
Yeah, and she's done photography for us and things, and she does it all very beautifully. So it's nice to say thank you for Nida. I'll get a plug in for my other half,
your
for Karen,
wife as well, absolutely.
Who is frequently sitting there in the evening, putting things on social media and spreading the word. Absolutely. So that's all great. And I mean, your parents as well, Alex. I mean, let's face it, they're absolutely wonderful people who let us have space in their house for a lot of our activities. So that's really kind of David and Ruth. That's great. And David makes such a good cup of coffee. So it's worth coming for the coffee, I'll tell you. Yeah. Anyway, so thank you to everybody near and far who's involved in this whole enterprise.
And thanks for all these comments that just keep coming as well. It's nothing but positive stuff.
No, it's really, really lovely what you're telling us. So keep talking to us, because we want to be responsive to our audience, and if there are things you want us to make videos on, let us know. If there's something you want a course on, let us know. We
go through every comment, we go through every email. It might not seem like it, but we certainly do.
Absolutely. And may not appear tomorrow, but we're certainly thinking about it, and it's on the list, and we'll do our best to get there. So anything else you want to say?
I think you've summed it up very nicely.
We summed it up there. Yeah.
Thank you.
And still all these lovely comments coming, which is great. Great to have you with us. Hope you've enjoyed the quiz. Hope you've enjoyed a bit of coronation music, just to add a little class to our time together. Great to have you here, and we will see you again very soon.
Indeed we shall. Thank you.
Okay. Bye for now.
Bye-bye.